morning, afternoon, evening, Q Army. Boom, boom, boom. Fight we will. We fight every day here on the Matrix Groove Hour show. Hours, I don't even know. But hey, it is 5/13, 2020 at 1:02 p.m. I am in the intheMatrixxx today. Shady, get on in here.
Hello, my friend. I hope you had a wonderful evening, and I hope everyone out there is doing well. And everybody, this is getting fun.
Yeah, it is getting fun. We got a lot of booms coming up. We got, it's all connected. I mean, when Q is saying it's all connected, he is not kidding. They are not kidding. We just found out that it's all connected, Shady, even more than we thought just yesterday, as the spider webs and the spiders keep getting revealed. And this literally is a conspiracy, Shady.
This is actually a conspiracy to initiate a deep state coup against the American Republic, my friend.
That's right. That's right.
But I'm the conspiracy theorist because I can prove it.
Shady, papers, please.
No.
No, we have to conform. We have to submit to this, Shady.
Oh, I beg to differ, my friend.
Shady. When the president is on, they're all wearing their masks, and when he's off, they're not. It must be real, Shady.
Yeah, that's a joke. That's happening more often now, isn't it?
We got to trust Fauci. Falcor. We got to trust him. And by the way, for Memorial Day, we better not have the Boy Scouts out there, Shady. We better not have them out there putting flags on the cemetery for the veterans.
No, that would be dangerous.
Better not do that because we don't want patriotism here in America, do we, Shady?
That'd be dangerous for our democracy.
That would be dangerous for their democracy.
That's right.
Guys, are you really submitting to this stuff?
I'm not.
I'm about ready to go out there and be loud, be proud, be heard. In fact, 11 o'clock on Saturday, we actually have another thing in our town. Get out there, guys. Get out there. Get off your butts.
I'm going to sponsor you a bullhorn.
Oh, dude. You don't want me in a bullhorn.
I do. I'd love to see you out there yelling at those people.
I mean, look at what's going on out here, Shady. Look at this.
Well, I mean, and all this other stuff too. They're arresting people for opening up their business.
Nope, can't have a business.
Nope, you can't. They just passed, or they just tried to run this thing through the House that says that all illegal immigrants are going to get money.
Yep, Shady is echo, echo, echo. Apparently, you're still stuck on echo, but I don't hear echo.
What?
I don't know. That's what they're saying. Oh, they want your echo, maybe. Who knows? How about deep state is asshole?
They want Chinese asshole.
Yeah, there you go. There's the echo, echo, echo. I love it, man. We have a lot of fun here, but we're also very serious. I mean, this is not a game. This is not a joke. Shady, we left right here at 4219, and let's get into it, guys. 4219, we had a Twitter breaking 9/11 status. People used as pawns in their attempt to seek taxpayer-funded bailout for mismanaged funds, Shady.
Yeah, and I'm noticing that it's all blue states that can't keep their books in order.
Amazing. Why is that, Shady?
Because they have a real hard time with slush fund funding.
You mean because the fire wasn't natural and it was started on purpose and we didn't give them money last year, they need to figure out different ways to fund their deep state douchebaggery?
I would agree with that statement.
That's a good hashtag. Hashtag deep state douchebaggery.
Douchebaggery.
What do you think?
I think I like it.
Press 17 if you like deep state douchebaggery. We got to make up new hashtags to get around these Al Gore rhythms, Shady.
Where's Al Gore?
I don't know. He's probably out there inventing another internet or something.
He's inventing Internet 2.0.
With his satchel full of adrenochrome. All right, here we go. So this is the OC Register. California massive debt should caution against big spending. No, you think? People used as pawns in their attempt to provide cover for vote by mail, aka election fraud. Is this about the virus or the election? Is this about the virus or a state bailout? Removal of civil liberties? Removal of constitutional rights? Welcome to the Tea Party. Dormant people accept what they are told. DOJ intervention coming? Q. Are you going to be dormant, guys?
Don't be dormant. How can they justify removing your constitutional rights to implement structures and plans that go against the Constitution? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's time to stand up. We were all like, okay, well, maybe it is real because we're listening to our president, right? So this is California's massive debt should caution against big spending. It is an article about the local debt tops 1.5 trillion as of June 30th. And boy, oh boy, what was Nancy Pelosi's little slush fund thing that she wanted to do? I bet it would cover this, huh?
Oh yeah, it would probably straighten this right out.
Or, get them further into debt so they can have their pay for play.
Well, I mean, look at what's going on there. We had two massive wins last night in California districts, and now they're today still not calling the winner because they're saying the mail-in ballots aren't in yet.
Oh, the mail-in ballots.
Yeah, but we're currently sitting on a 12-point lead, but watch that shrink over the next day or two.
Yeah, I mean, this better not happen, guys. This better not happen. I'm telling you. I'm about done with their crap. About done, Shady.
I think that there is a large amount of patriots in America, even those that don't understand or have any idea what's going on with Q. They're done with this. I mean, we're seeing people rising up all across the nation and standing up for themselves. But we also have to realize it's not just going to be standing up for ourselves. You know the story of the water buffalo, right? Only the slowest one gets eaten, and then the rest of them kind of just keep on going.
Yeah,
we're not like that. That's not America. Here we all protect each other.
That's right. I mean, down here on the streets, there is no racism. There is none of this ism stuff. We're all regular people that care about one another. If somebody falls down, we help them up. That's who we are as Americans. We always thought that our government would never do this. Therefore, because I would never do this to somebody, Shady.
Right.
And that's what we've got to realize. They are doing this to us. It is a conspiracy. And
it's also it's worthy to point out that previous to the last 20 years there wasn't really the homeless situation in America, and now before we would all gather together to help people that were homeless, and now there's so many people that are homeless, everyone feels like there's nothing that we can do. We've got to reorganize the way we're thinking about this stuff, man, and it is really becoming an issue. And you also have to realize that when people are homeless, they're desperate.
Yeah.
And, so it's like they get confused, they get drug addicted, they get disconnected from their families and their support structures. And we got to come up with some way to fix this, man. I mean, it's our country. It's our job to fix it.
Who is tired of all the deep state douchebaggery?
Me.
All right, we're going to tweet that out, guys. There we go. There you go, Cindy. See, we tweeted it out for you. Get out there. Tweet it out. I think that we could get a new one. Wouldn't that be funny if it actually trended? Because they're like, oh, what is that? We've never seen that one before.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. All right. So go enjoy that. I think we should have some fun with it. Because I'm tired of it, man. I mean, the Boy Scouts are banned from planting flags on our amazing veterans who died for our country.
And this is something that they do every year out of extreme respect and loyalty to the country and to the people who've served it. And now they're being disrespected by the deep state, saying you can't go and present honor.
Right. And that's exactly what they want, Shady. They don't want you to honor the veterans.
No, well, I mean, we could tell that by the way they were being treated before Donald Trump was elected, right?
That's right. Somebody saying, what? Here it is. It was just Fox News that came up over my Apple News or whatever the heck it is. And I'm just like, I just can't take it anymore.
They're banning them. It's not like they're suggesting that they don't do it. They're saying, no, you can't.
Right. No.
You can't tell us.
You don't have the right to plant a flag.
Illegal.
on somebody that fought for your rights, Shady. What is that, Shady?
It's not illegal. I know that for sure.
Shady, they fought for my rights, so I can go plant a flag on their grave, Shady.
Anytime you want.
Anytime I want. I don't care what they want, says we're all mad here. Enough is enough, says Helen Garley. Thank you. Good morning, Rocky. How are you guys doing today?
Are you guys shot out of a cannon like we are?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. That's not legal. I know it's not constitutional.
Wow. None of this stuff is constitutional. It's not constitutional.
And yes, we know the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, they're all corrupt. We know that, but, they'll probably conform to it. But you know what? I say get your kid. Go buy a few flags. Go do it. That's what I'm going to do, I think.
I think that's a great idea. And we have to let other people know, too. This is not, they do not have the right to tell you to shut down your business. We all agreed to that voluntarily. You realize this, right?
Yeah.
We all agreed voluntarily that we were going to take a break for 30 days and see how things matured or whatever.
Right.
And now we're past that point, and they're trying to act like it's illegal for you to open your business. It was never illegal. They were never. This is suggestions. This is policy. This has nothing to do with your Constitution, your rights, or what the founding fathers meant by freedom.
Right. And Shady, I think too that we got our freedom. And Shady, I don't know. I'm telling you, the next Q post. Let's just go into the next Q post. I'm just livid over this stuff, Shady. This is crazy, and this kind of goes into what we were just talking about in the last Q post, Shady. Why don't you take it?
All right, this is Q post 4220 with a link to the Fox News article about the coronavirus relief bill that they're shoving in the House yesterday. Of the more than $3 trillion package, about $1 trillion would go to state, local, and tribal governments. According to three sources briefed on the proposal, quote, now she wants to write a $3 trillion bill with no one able to see, no accountability, and no input, McCarthy told Fox on Monday. I mean, this is not how democracy works. This is a real concern to all of us. This won't ever become law, but it'll be the wish list of the liberals to try to change election law, fund Planned Parenthood, and make sure sanctuary cities get the chunk of the money. Coordinated or coincidence regarding California 3-month extension. The truth is right in front of you. Q.
That's right. Boom, and let's go to that article, Shady. There it is. Look at her.
They're calling this the Heroes Bill or something.
Oh, my God. Just like the Patriot Act was the Patriot Act, right?
So you're against heroes if you don't support this, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Just like if you didn't like the Patriot Act, you're not a patriot. Is that correct, Shady?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. All right, let's see this crap.
Democrats rolling out a new coronavirus relief bill today.
Let's see if she can actually speak.
Comments were brief there. The package including more than $500 billion in aid for the states. Been a major sticking point for Republicans, and they're already pushing back on that. Chad Pergram picks up the reporting from Capitol Hill now. Chad, what did you learn a moment ago?
Well, good afternoon, Bill. We learned that the House is going to come back and consider this on Friday. It's going to be a very long day in the House of Representatives because they have other issues they're going to consider. They have to really stretch out these votes, taking about an hour, hour and a half to filter everybody into the House chamber. So they probably won't be done until 9 or 10 o'clock on Friday night. As you say, this is a $3 trillion bill. That's an eye-popping figure. It includes money for states, about $500 billion, also direct payments to Americans, help with voting, even money for domestic violence. The Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says it's a liberal wish list.
The American people don't need a far-left transformation. They just need a path back to historically prosperous and optimistic moment. American workers don't need Washington to inflict some far-left extreme makeover of our country. They need us to get rid of obstacles that might stand in their way.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy blasted the...
That's right. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I understand that AOC, Shady, is going to be Joe Biden's climate change expert.
Czar?
I mean, it's just getting beyond ridiculousness.
Greta Thunberg, I think they're asking too.
Well, she's on a hunger strike until
good.
Donald Trump isn't president, so she's going to be hungry for the next 4.5 years.
Oh, good. Well, there is such thing as natural selection.
Oh, God.
Oops. Did I say that out loud?
You did. So here we go. This is the Ingram angle. Let's go check it out. This is Laura Ingram 2 months ago. Can't open until we flatten the curve to save our healthcare system. 1 month ago. Can't open until we have a vaccine. A few days ago. Can't open until we have multiple vaccines. Today, essentially, can't open until Biden wins.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true.
Yep.
And then after Biden wins, trust me, you won't be able to open then either. I'm just saying.
Oh, God. So that's Q's post, and then he had Q posted this picture right here. God bless America. We are being attacked from within. That's the flashback. Classic.
And we've seen quite a few of the billboards. We actually saw one a neon billboard the other day that was saying it's not a mask, it's a muzzle.
Yeah, that's right.
People are tired of this, and I have to say that the fear. I maybe put it this way: this is showing you how powerful fear is, and how effective the Mockingbird media are.
Absolutely, and how complicit we are
by sitting around and taking it.
I'm sick of the deep state douchebaggery, Shady. All right, here we go. When the cameras are on, masks are on. When the cameras are off, masks are off. Q.
Well.
What do you think of that, guys? I thought it was real.
I thought it was real, too. That means, why are they standing close together without their masks on? That's not 6 feet. Why are you breathing on me?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Heavy mouth breathers. Oh, my gosh. Then we go to the next one. This is a tweet from Katie Pavlik. Here we go. The overwhelming majority of people recover from this virus. Quote, direct quote from Dr. Fauci. What? Can you read that again, Shady?
The overwhelming majority of people recover from the virus.
So we should close everything down. The Boy Scouts can't go put flags out.
Right, and you
can't open your business. You can't go outside your house, Shady. Right. What else?
Nope. That's right.
What else can't we do?
You can't go to the park. You can't go to the beach. You can't go to a concert. You can't go to a football game. Can't go to a baseball game. They're going to start doing baseball games and without any fans, bro. NASCAR races, no fans.
We can't do that, Shady, because everybody recovers. I mean, it's it's not even a zero. I mean, it's a little more than 0%. It's not even 1%, people.
It's like 0.04 or something. And that is with the inflated numbers of, every single
douchebaggery.
Every single person that passes away at a nursing home is dying from COVID.
That's right. They're going to douchebagicize the numbers.
I don't think anybody realized that people in nursing homes passed away before.
Vernon says 0.0003. Shady.
I think that's right. Yep. About 0.0003.
They're just going to douchebagicize the numbers, Shady.
They're going to try to get everybody a test, and so that, they can identify anyone who's had the virus, and then they're going to claim that you are counted as having the virus so they can get their numbers up, bro.
Yeah, and Lucas Primirano here says pandemic. I mean, really, it is panic dem.
Planned demic, dem panic.
Yeah. Wow, guys. All right, so let's go to the next.
We're seeing a panic, bro. I mean, you're really
panic.
seeing it. I know they think they got the upper hand. And remember, Art of War. Whenever let them think you're weak when you're strong, and let them think you're strong when you're weak. You see,
right.
We are strong, guys. I know this is going on, and it should make everybody mad. But, you see signs like here with the God Bless America, we're being attacked from within, out front of businesses. This is getting ready to take hold and start all over our country. People want to see sports. People want to see competition. People want their country to function. We're not scared of the flu. Were we scared of the flu when we created the Constitution?
Yes.
No,
I'm sorry. We weren't. We didn't even know what the flu was then.
Nobody was scared of anything.
Cancer was 1 in 3,000 people at that time too, Shady.
No one was scared of anything. And do you think that they didn't know about, quote, pandemics when they wrote the Constitution? Did it say in the Constitution, oh, you had the right to free speech or the right to own a firearm when there's not a pandemic?
Right.
It doesn't say that.
That's right.
It says freedom.
And, you just guys need to get out your window, Very classic scene here.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
That's right. Get out of your window, guys. Here we go.
Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write.
Well, we do. We don't want you to protest. We don't want you to get violent, right?
The Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67. I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up, get up, get up out of your chair.
Son of a bitch!
Classic scene, guys. What do you think?
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and...
What do you guys think, Shady?
That's the way I feel.
Right? That's the way I feel. You know, I'm not going to be treated like this.
Wanda McLaughlin says that her goat ain't got Rona.
Good. Tested negative for Rona. That's awesome.
That way. That's good news, Wanda.
Yeah. So, you know, we got to get up. We got to be loud, be proud, be heard. Obviously, no violence, no nothing, but we've got to protest. We've got to protest these kind of actions. We got to get your camera out on those cops right there and say, what are you doing? Violating my Fourth Amendment.
Where do you get the right to ask me anything if I'm not
breaking any
a
laws?
crime?
That's right.
Right. Where's your warrant, sir?
Yeah.
Where's innocent until proven guilty, sir?
Where's guilty until proven innocent? That's where you are right here, that guys. This is it. This is where you are.
If you are an American in the eyes of the deep state, you are beyond guilty, my friends.
That's right.
You're guilty of wanting freedom. You're guilty of wanting liberty. You're guilty of thinking that you're not a sheep.
That's right.
How about that? That's what you're guilty of.
So let's get this out on Twitter, guys. What do you think? Should we get this out on Twitter? Let me see. Where is it? This guy is the mayor. Where is this guy? Let me find this video here real quick. I'm mad. There it is. Because we got to get, you know, a little bit upset here, guys. Right? We got to get a little bit mad.
Go to the window, open it. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open.
There we go. And then we'll say paste and go. All right, guys. So that will be on Twitter.
Let them know.
Let them know. Let them know. Obamagate.
Don't hesitate to call your representatives, especially if you're in a blue district where they're telling you don't have a right to open your business. If that is the case, I suggest you open your business and then you sue the out of them in the long run whenever they mess with you.
That's right. That's right.
Personally. And that's another thing I'd like to say to anyone out there, just real quick. If you are approached or if you interact with people and police officers or sheriffs who are attempting to subvert your constitutional rights, you immediately need to get their personal names, the names of the officers specifically, because you have a lawsuit against that human being, not against the police department, against that human being. That's your power.
Go ahead, Shady.
That's all. Well, I mean, you know, that's the main thing for people to understand.
And get your camera out too, guys.
Yes, record it and make a file of it. Contact your attorney.
Right. So let's go see what we got over here. See if the tweet went. And we basically picked up where we left off.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore." I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore." Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67. I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore."
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad.
Network,
You've
Kelly.
got to say, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore."
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your...
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and...
I wonder if we can hear people in our own neighborhoods that are watching this show, possibly, Shady. You hear them yelling it. That's what I want to hear.
Where are you going? I want to see if anybody's yelling.
Open it and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
Instead of singing, why don't we do this, Shady?
I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell!
I can hear Mike Hess's Bassets right now. I can. They're going.
So I don't know if you caught this link this morning, but since we're on this subject, go grab that tweet out of Discord and let's present that real quick while we're right here on this subject.
You got it. You're in my DM with Shady.
Might have had, I'm not sure if you had this in your timeline yet this morning, but this is exactly what I'm and Matrix and I are talking about.
Let's check it out.
You are destroying people's
Calm down! That's a
Wow!
That is assault!
This is a presidential councilman.
I'm calling 911! I'm calling 911! I'm calling 911!
This is what President City Councilman Miguel Arias stands for.
A big lawsuit, but you have no idea how far.
I'm calling 911!
You don't ever.
This is President City Councilman
Don't you ever
Miguel
touch me,
Arias.
You just
threw my phone
you-
down the stairs, tried to throw you down the stairs, tried to throw
Hey,
you
change
down
your
the
plan.
stairs.
50 people, we need them here.
Slapped his phone
Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable.
out of his hand.
Representative. What do you say to the businesses that you're destroying? What do you say to the businesses that you're destroying?
Coward!
What do you say to the businesses that you're destroying? Are you going to assault me again?
He's upset that he can't control you, man.
Are you going to assault me again?
Hey, stop assaulting him!
Are you going push me against this. I'm not in your property. I'm not in your house. This is not your property. This is not your property, buddy. Are you going to assault me? Take your hands off. You got the police come over? Yes, please. Gosh, I don't know who this is. Unbelievable, guys. He's self-righteous, idiotic man.
Wow.
You have lost your mind, buddy. Oh, I got it.
He's going to jail. He's going to jail. He's going to jail.
Did you get my phone?
Wow. Okay, so at first I did think they were in his house, like that was like the upstairs of his house, you know what I'm saying? But that was an outside public area in an apartment, Shady. Oh my gosh.
And that's the president of the Fresno City Council who's telling everybody that, you know, they just announced yesterday there's going to be 3 more months of lockdown in California.
Wow. I'm mad as hell.
You're going to take 3 more months?
No.
I mean, we got to stop it, man. I mean, they cannot tell you cannot go to the beach. They can suggest you don't, but they cannot tell you can't. They cannot tell you can't open your business. They have no legal authority to do any of these things. This was all voluntary. And notice how whenever we give over our rights that are voluntary, how they want to keep them once they get them.
Look at this, guys.
They want to keep them. Think about that.
Freedom for all. Here we go. Let's watch this real quick. I love it. Let's see. Andrew Gomez. That's awesome, guys. You guys are amazing. Perfect. You know, and look, we're not saying anything about violence. This is about just get out there and be loud, be proud, take back your rights, folks.
Go back to church if you would like.
Yeah.
Stop letting them tell you what you can't do. Why can we gather? Why can we have all these people that go into Walmart and Costco, but we can't have church services?
That's right. And this thing's taken
I'm
off.
Curious about that.
It's got 1,700 views already on Twitter here, guys. So let's get it out there, guys. I think that was a good message today. And by the way, none of this is ever planned. This is all live as we go, guys. I didn't plan on playing this video until we heard, until we started talking about how, kind of upset we are. Now in Florida, Q did post us to a business that was shut down because they opened up early. They won the case because there's no constitutional bias for that crime, quote unquote.
And also in California, Elon Musk said he was going to open up, and now they've made released restrictions against him and are allowing him to open because they can't stop you.
They can't stop you.
You're volunteering to not do what it is you want to do. Realize that.
Okay, now we're moving into Techno Frog Flynn update 4224, guys. The president retweeted this yesterday, folks. But basically, this is Q All Lawfare hacks working on their briefs as we speak. This is basically 512 yesterday. In order to, this is a minute order as to General Flynn. Given the current posture of this case, the court anticipates that individuals and organizations will seek leave of the court to file amicus curiae briefs pursuant. Oops, what did I just do? Pursuant to. Hang on one second, guys. Let me just go. Yeah. We can do this on the fly, guys. We got this. Pursuant to Local Rule 7.0. An amicus curiae, if I'm saying that right, defined as a friend of the court, does not represent the parties, but participates only for the benefit of the court. And they cite United States versus Microsoft. They did it there. Blah, 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 blah. And then down at the other highlighted part, accordingly, at the appropriate time, the court will enter a scheduling order governing the submission of any amicus curiae briefs signed by Judge Emmett G. Sullivan. Guys, what this means, Shady?
This means that they can bring in anyone from the public to prosecute General Flynn that files a brief.
Yep, AKA
Adam Schiff,
or the law firm. Can come in now. The Covington. Anybody from
I don't
Covington.
know that. I'm not sure. Maybe they can. I don't really know exactly if they can. There should be conflict of interest there, and it can't be them.
Conflict of interest. This guy's on the FISA court.
No, but conflict of interest because they used to represent the general.
Right. Okay.
They can't. You can't be his defense and his prosecution.
Isn't that funny? Covington represented our General Flynn, and partner and awesome partner of the year who got an award was Eric Holder. You see, this is so disgusting, guys.
Wonder why he got that. I wonder if they lumped him in with the Pulitzer Prize winners.
Oh God.
Right? I mean, it's like y'all getting accolades for doing
Shady.
exactly what no American should do.
That's right. Obama appointed. Yes.
Shouldn't be.
Actually, Lucas, he was Bill Clinton appointed.
Yes, that's correct. Sullivan
Originally.
was appointed by Bill Clinton, and we have massive ties to them. Guys, listen, this is what's going on. I know you think that the FISA court is this entity. It isn't. It's a select few group of judges, and they're power hungry, just like the Democrats.
Dude, this guy was on the Hillary email, Shady.
Yes, he was.
This guy was on Blumenthal versus Trump.
They think that they are the ones who get to decide which Americans get harassed by the government and which ones don't. And notice it's
IRS versus Judicial Watch. This guy presided over, Shady.
What did they call the Hillary Clinton investigation? It was like midterm exam or something.
Yeah.
And they called the investigation into Trump Crossfire Hurricane.
That's right. Yep. Clinton appointed, Bush appointed, Reagan appointed too, by the way. I mean, this guy's been appointed. He was on the FISA court too. Shady.
He's getting ready to be impeached.
I think he's setting the stage for it, yes.
We're getting ready to show how we can impeach federal justices. And I think that Rand Paul led us into a little bit of a thing yesterday showing that this whole FISA thing needs to be dissolved. It doesn't work.
100%. Get rid of Copeland. Yes.
5-5.
Absolutely.
FISA needs to go. Do not support FISA, and make sure that anyone you talk to that acts like they do knows why they shouldn't. Remember, they can get a secret warrant. This is a secret court. If they hear you, they hear everybody. If you talk to someone in another country, they hear you. They record you. And then they keep that information for later.
Right. Okay. So let's keep going through this. This is the amicus. Geez, I can't.
And I told you guys yesterday that
amicus
this judge
curiae
was up to shenanigans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yes, you did. I mean, and then here's what Q said. Did you listen carefully? Subject, Flynn. Topic, rule of law at risk. Can you prosecute without prosecutors? No. Can you extend into the public arena to push coordinated narrative? The swamp runs deep, Q. And that's what our show is called today. The swamp runs deep.
That's right. And this is wasn't that the that was the link to there. Yeah. But
well, let's listen to it one more time, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's listen to what he says here again.
And it'll resume in 30 seconds. So just we will listen to that. That's why I had a tweetable link. Oh, skip ad. Here we go.
Skip ad. Oh, here we go.
Over the last 24 hours, I think has been somewhat downplayed about the Justice Department dropping charges against Michael Flynn. And the fact that there is no precedent that anybody can find for someone who's been charged with perjury. Just getting off scot-free. That's the kind of stuff where you begin to get worried that basic, not just institutional norms, but our basic understanding of rule of law is at risk. And when you start moving in those directions, it can accelerate pretty quickly, as we've seen in other places. So I am hoping that all of you feel the same sense of urgency that I do. Whenever I've campaigned, I've always said, this is the most important election, especially, obviously, when I was on the ballot. That always feels like it's the most important election. This one, I'm not on the ballot, but I am pretty darn invested. We got to make this happen.
I mean, just speechless.
He says it right there. He is that actually in that conversation. He is it seems like he is communicating with Sullivan to forego signing off on this and to perpetuate it somehow.
Right. Exactly. And then that's what Sullivan came up with 2 days later. Yeah. Interesting, eh? My daughter says, "Are you Canadian now?" Because I keep saying, "Hey, hang out with LK Dark to Light too much." Take off, eh? All right, 4225 Q post. We're 7:59 last night. 1900 hours. Forbes.com. Here we go. Hydroxychloroquine. Number of prescriptions explodes in France. Shady.
And look at. Did you see how many there were?
Look at that. 7,000%.
Yeah, 466 million prescriptions.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
There you go. And it shows a huge spike in doctors prescribing the drug. In last week's March, for instance, over 10,000 people were prescribed. In Marseille alone, guys, it works.
Yes.
But your Democrat governors don't want their states to prescribe it. What?
And so I'm dropping you guys a link right now in here so that you can go read this article about hydroxy that is very intriguing and kind of supports my theory that they've reverse engineered a lot of the stuff on us from this, but it doesn't really have a lot of stuff to read on the air, but I'd like for you guys to go check it out. I just put it in there and understand like how far back this goes and how long they've been engineering us, man. They've been engineering us. From what I can tell, they probably started making human clones of about 200 years ago.
Yeah.
So they've been engineering us for quite a while. Understand that. Pretty sure that Clinton and Biden and Pelosi and a few of the others are not exactly people.
Right. And and I noticed the other day too, Shady, didn't 2 magnesium factories catch fire in 2 different areas? It's weird.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't post it, but I saw something like that. It's just interesting.
In America?
One was here and one was somewhere else, I believe.
Well, that would be very interesting because a huge part of what's wrong with everybody is magnesium deficiency.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all of us because there's no nutrients in the food anymore.
Especially as you get older. If women can't, produce it as much as they when you were younger. Let's look at this, Shady. This is very well done. I want to play this for you.
Okay.
Let's check it out. It's amazing. It's by let me go to the YouTube here. This is by this person has been cued before. It's by Payne's Angels, cued via.
This is really good, guys.
Yeah.
Let's sit back for a second and let's while we watch this, let's just sit back and let's reflect a little bit about not only what our current situation is and how upset we are. We're going to take our emotions that we just gathered and showed how we're emotional and we're very upset. But then that emotion has to find its way to resolve. We have to find resolution. We have to find solutions. Anger isn't going to do it. Anger is the motivator, but we don't act out of anger. We act out of thoughtful precision.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we're mad, but now we got to figure out, kind of how to fix it, if you will, how to address it, right? And it's not with violence. Here we go.
If we solve it, then we fix it.
Payne's Angels.
I want to start by asking everyone to please give this short video a chance. I am not trying to persuade anyone's political views, but trying to open our eyes to a common cause. No matter what you stand by politically, no matter what your background, no matter what your social stance, I will always treat you with the same decency and tolerance because I will always respect our rights to see things differently without losing sight that in the end, we are all God's children. No matter how you decide to structure a society, you will always find yourself amongst those who lead and those who follow, those that engineer a plan and those that fulfill it. It is a natural movement to ensure a sense of order is maintained, whether you're in a corporation or in an isolated tribe. Just like the generals in our many militaries and the brave men and women whose boots actually touch the ground, the best leaders realize that rank is the only thing that makes them any different. Good generals are well read, but great generals realize what men to assign to what tasks, leading their men through example rather than through words. They realize that the stars on their shoulder would not be possible if it was not for their privates and their staff sergeants. They not only know how to see an individual's strengths, but they know how to utilize them, making their companies function without missing a step. However, unlike the military, when it comes to picking the leader of our country, the Congress, the senators who represent us, the people are given the power, and it is up to us to ensure we pick noble leaders, and that that right is never tread upon in any manner. The last 3 years, we have watched Hollywood, the Democrats, and the left-wing media try to take down a fairly elected president, metaphorically spitting in our faces, acting as if they really know what's best for us, and we are just a bunch of slack-jawed yokels with poor deplorable judgment. By ignoring voter fraud, or not even getting out to the ballot box at all, we failed our president last November, which has only created a bigger circus in our government. Congress is doing nothing for the people, spending all of its resources trying to find a crime to impeach a president who has only done a world of good for our country. We have spent those years hearing about all the awful things that Trump was going to do to our country, but not one of those predictions have transpired. One attempt after another to destroy Trump has failed, and the Mockingbird media plays along with the same repeated lies handed out to all of them at 4 a.m. Not only should we be outraged, we should be absolutely frightened at the utter lack of due process. Sadly, not only is there a lack of fair justice available, they are using all these lies to hide their own treasonous crimes, which just makes them even more relentless. I will never financial records of a billionaire that became a public servant, but I will always be skeptical of those who became millionaires as public servants. With the corruption in our world's governments becoming more apparent, I can see the countries around the world falling into disarray more every day. And if we do not all start fighting soon, we will lose our country to the people hell-bent on destroying it. In the United States, one of the most frightening examples is a bill that has been introduced to the 116th Congress called the H.R. 1111. This has only been introduced because it could not possibly pass Senate at this point. So they have held it until after the elections, or in their hopes that Trump will be impeached. This bill gives our country's rights and sovereignty over to the United Nations, an unelected global organization dictating our liberties, rights, and laws. I can't think of anything more unconstitutional. This introduction is endorsed by nearly 40 congressmen, including the Squad, with 100% Democrat sponsorship. This is what we have coming.
Looks like we got frozen here, Shady. Hang on one second. Let me see what happened.
Where did it go?
I don't know. It's frozen. Let's see.
Where'd they put your bandwidth?
I don't know. Hang on one second, guys. Let me go to live. Make sure that I can move. Huh. Okay, so we move again. All right, here we go. We're going to get going again. Sorry, guys. Here we go.
There it is.
If we do not play our part in this war. And I would take the time to read this yourself, as it is public information. It is beyond question, after seeing the recent state elections, that Trump's biggest opponent in the 2020 elections is going to be voter fraud. 2 states voting mainly red lose governorship with 40,000 more last-minute votes than any other of the elections that took place on the same ballot. I have never left boxes unchecked on a ballot, especially in a time where the stakes are so high. I must add that I am not a Republican, but I am a constitutionalist, and I would never take a chance by not voting red with socialism being whispered about on the horizon. The deep state was once presented by the media as a conspiracy until the day they...
Shady, it's still frozen here.
Yeah, I see that it's not playing for the guys out there. I'm seeing the video.
It's frozen in my system here too. I'm going to stop recording. Maybe I'm going to not stop streaming, but stop recording. Maybe that'll help. Let's see if we can get this going. Let's see. I'm just testing something here, guys. So you can't see any of that. We're frozen here, Shades.
Yeah, frozen. There you go. Now we're up.
Are we up?
Yeah, that was starting to play.
All right, so let me go back to Windows Capture 2. And let's back it up a little bit.
There we go. Now we're up.
All right, here we go.
One attempt after another to destroy Trump has failed, and the Mockingbird media plays along with the same repeated lies handed out to all of them at 4 a.m. Not only should we be outraged, we should be absolutely frightened at the utter lack of due process. Sadly, not only is there a lack of fair justice available, they are using all these lies to hide their own treasonous crimes, which just makes them even more relentless. I will never be suspicious of the financial records of a billionaire that became a public servant, but I will always be skeptical of those who became millionaires as public servants. With the corruption in our world's governments becoming more apparent, I can see the countries around the world falling into disarray more every day. And if we do not all start fighting soon, we will lose our country to the people hell-bent on destroying it. In the United States, one of the most frightening examples is a bill that has been introduced to the 116th Congress called the H.R. 1111. This has only been introduced because it could not possibly pass Senate at this point. So they have held it until after the elections, or in their hopes that Trump will be impeached. This bill gives our country's rights and sovereignty over to the United Nations, an unelected global organization dictating our liberties, rights, and laws. I can't think of anything more unconstitutional. This introduction is endorsed by nearly 40 congressmen, including the Squad, with 100% Democrat sponsorship. This is what we have coming if we do not play our part in this war. And I would take the time to read this yourself, as it is public information. It is beyond question, after seeing the recent state elections, that Trump's biggest opponent in the 2020 elections is going to be voter fraud. 2 states voting mainly red lose governorship with 40,000 more last-minute votes than any other of the elections that took place on the same ballot. I have never left boxes unchecked on a ballot, especially in a time where the stakes are so high. I must add that I am not a Republican, but I am a constitutionalist, and I would never take a chance by not voting red with socialism being whispered about on the horizon. The deep state was once presented by the media as a conspiracy, until the day they subtly changed their presentation to it being real, but made up of patriots trying to save our republic. The same republic that they are so desperately trying to dismantle. They think that the people are too stupid to see the wordplay that the mainstream media mimics in unison. We need to see through the manipulation and realize that no matter what color, religion, or political affiliation, that we are all on the same side and seeking the same liberties and freedoms. You often do not realize what you have until it's gone. And in this case, once it's gone, we will have lost any chance of regaining it without war. The only move that the evil world crime syndicate has left is to further divide the people while convincing us that they are the mighty many and we are the feeble minority. They know if we came together, both blue and red, our numbers would be unstoppable, because it is true. United we stand, divided we fall.
Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt? Nope. Well, how about this one? Are you kidding? Well, how about this?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
This is why it is important for us all, at the very least, be loud and consistent about our enforcement of a voter ID. It is equally fair whether you are independent, Democrat, or Republican, to know that our elections are being monitored for fraud. I think for the sake of argument, voter ID should be handed out to everyone without out-of-pocket costs to the citizen. I, for one, would have no problem with a few tax dollars being spent for the protection of our most influential right. I used to laugh at the suggestion of one vote being important, but in the last 3 years, I realized how valuable that single vote really is. If we sit at home now, we may literally lose everything down to our religions. We are the silent majority, but from this day on, we can't take the freedoms that we have now for granted. We all have some role that we can play in this war of information, and nothing is less important than the next when it comes to supporting our president and exposing the truth. So by Election Day, there should be no question that we will never surrender our country, and the world will know just how loud the silent can be.
Boom. Where we go one, we
How
go
loud
all.
can the silent be?
Yeah. Yeah. We can be pretty damn loud, huh?
We sure can. We can be a lot louder than we're being.
Yeah. Wow, guys. So that's, I wanted to play that for you. I don't know why I had issues, but, you know, it seems to be, you know, when there's truth being presented, YouTube gets a little touchy.
Yeah, a little, let's see.
Douchebaggery?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about sensitive, a little sensitive.
A little sensitive. Michael's just so sensitive. All right, so
they got their peak hat on.
Yeah, so this is the Q alert, right? We just covered the Forbes article. I think that is it for that day, right, Shady?
I think so. Yeah, I think then we switched into last night.
All right, let me go up here. Oh, this was good, too. Fake Pulitzer Prizes must be taken back. These journalists got everything wrong. Give them to real journalists who got it right.
And that was Brit Hume saying that he's never seen anything like this in his 50 years of journalism.
I'm Brit Hume.
And has there ever been anything like this, Brit?
Nope. No, just a sexy vinyl vixens, Shady.
That's what was on your tabs there, bud.
Well, you know, I'm
Don't
quarantined.
explain. Just leave it there.
It's quarantined.
We'll respect you more if you don't explain.
Tom Fitton, I'm shocked by Judge Sullivan's seeming cattle call for amicus briefs in General Flynn's case. This could lead to terrible abuse of General Flynn's rights, guys. Thankfully, our president is provided the pardon power by the United States Constitution.
That he shouldn't have to use because this is not a legit case.
That's right. That's right. This one here too, Shady. This is apparently, I saw you retweet this from Cyber Assassin 45.
Right. Yeah. He put this response underneath one of mine yesterday, but man, this is like, 9-0 vote 5 days ago on the exact move that Judge Sullivan is making. In other words, you cannot do this. This is unprecedented. You can't the prosecutors can't withdraw from a case because they can't prosecute, and then you just fill the void.
That's right.
That is not how the system works. Well, I mean, it works like that in communism.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, these are your Chinese propaganda centers currently operating in the U.S., guys. This is a very interesting article. Seems to be all the colleges, Shady.
Yeah, nobody knows that all of your institutions are
Confucius says
with your Confucius Institute.
Oh God.
Confucius Institute, not good.
So
this is the way that they've gotten people inside America, and know that your past administrations knew exactly what was going on with this, and they allowed it to happen. They were stealing every bit of research and secrets that they could get their hands on and shipping it right back to China.
That's right. And look at here, the CIA reports obtained by Washington Free Beacon further revealed that the Chinese Communist Party provides strings attached funded to academic institutions and think tanks to deter research that casts it in a negative light. I think we need the echo, Shady. Because they are not good. They are...
China is asshole!
Get them out of my country! Oh my gosh. All right, that's going to be a soundboard by Sue. Oh my gosh. So here we go. This is the new Q thread today, guys. I just retweeted this for Blue Sky. She's awesome, by the way. Let me just show the thread. Hang on. Look at that, Shady.
They don't want you to see the whole thread, bro.
That's so weird. Here it is. There it is. Okay. Here it is right here, guys. This is the thread. Remember, this thread goes from midnight to midnight. This will be my thread for all Wednesday, May 13th, 2020 Q posts, guys. Who signed the Flynn FISA? The swamp runs deep and more. Let's go. Guys, and if you consider supporting us, that would be amazing. We have been demonetized by YouTube, and it severely hurts our efforts here. So thank you very much. We got Patreon. We got, you can buy a shirt. Mods will drop those links. But if you want them, go down below this video and check out ways to support us, and we'd really appreciate that. Let me get over to the Q map. Let me see if it's messing up, though. I was trying to get it. Let's go to Q map. Okay, here we go. The QAG is down right now, Shady. Figures, huh? All right, here we go. So this is a really good one, guys. This is a Q post, 4226 today at 10:54 a.m. East. Shady, go ahead and start this one off right here.
All right. Well, we're going to be doing a little recap from August 31st of 2018. Matter of fact, this, if you remember, Matrix, this post came out right after we did our first Paysor video. This says special approval P7291730093991_Z setup example 1. Hill article of Homeland Security confirming special entry for Russian lawyer. LL, Loretta Lynch, paper trail to special entry. Natalie Vasantkaya, Manafort. FISA warrant issued, approved Manafort. Mueller to Manafort. FISA warrant issued, approved Papadopoulos. Mueller to Papadopoulos. FISA warrant issued, approved to Page. Mueller to Page. FISA warrant issued, approved to Flynn. Mueller to Flynn. Then here underneath, Q gives us the link to the Q Blue Sky that we were getting ready to go over. And in this, she says, Judge Sullivan resides in the same court as the FISA court. Here he is with James Boasberg and Rosemary Collier, who both signed the FISA warrant. Judge Contreras, Flynn's first judge, had to be removed from the case because of his personal relationship with Strzok.
And there they are. There's Emmett in the front row, all the way to the bottom left. Wow.
And I was making the point last night on Twitter, but I'm just trying to let everybody know that these judges are not, mostly these judges aren't from the DC area. They actually live together in apartment or condo type complexes. So they spend all their free time trying to figure out how they can cooperate with each other. And the Q goes on to say here, after that excellent find, Anons, but you must go back before you can go forward. And then he refers back to the Routers article. And I think this was a little, trying to remember when.
Reuters.
When was it?
December 7th, 2017, guys.
Judge presiding over Mike Flynn criminal case recused. So this judge had to pull out, but Emmett Sullivan, for some reason, didn't.
Yep. So
even though he's somewhat of a contributor to the FISA.
That's right. So this is it. This is, according to a court filing, U.S. District Court Judge Randolph Contreras, who presided over December 1st hearing where Flynn pled guilty, was forced to plead guilty to the FBI investigation about his contacts with Russia, will no longer handle the case. Court spokeswoman Lisa Clem did not say why Contreras was recused and added that the case was randomly reassigned. Randomly!
Oh, random.
Random.
Yeah, I love that word.
Reuters could not immediately learn the reason for the recusal or reach Contreras. An attorney for General Flynn declined to comment. Now Flynn's sentencing will be overseen by U.S. District Court Judge Emmett Sullivan. Sullivan was appointed by former Democrat President Bill Clinton. Hey, Emmett, you do a number on this Flynn guy. We don't want him around no more. Flynn was the first member of Trump's administration to plead guilty to a crime. Look, yeah, so amazing, guys. Amazing.
They ran the whole 2.5 years deep state narrative based on this quote unquote plea. And I would just like to point out for any of your friends out there who are on the left and they bring up to you what the former president just said about someone being released for committing perjury. He did not commit perjury because he was not under oath. Everyone, remember that it is not perjury.
That's right.
If you're not under oath. He was not read his Miranda rights. And also, I would like to point out
he was not under oath either when the FBI.
That's right. And so it's not perjury what happened there. And it's very interesting that the previous administration could pardon people who were convicted of perjury. They were freed. More than one was freed in the late portion of the Obama administration, people who had perjured themselves. So pot calling the kettle black here is not going to work in front of a transparency that can be seen by multiple anons.
So why did Justice District Court Judge Randolph Contreras recuse? Maybe it's because he's a current member of the FISA court, guys. There he is. Right here.
And I would suggest that the mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore part be directed towards these individuals, because all of these individuals, I think, this is my opinion, but there's no way that these people could have been sitting there and seeing what the prosecution was doing and not know they were up to shenanigans.
That's right.
There's just no way, man. I mean, I'm telling you, I know you live in a bubble, judges, but you don't live in that big of a bubble. You knew what was going on. I'd like to throw a shout out to people like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell out there who act like they're going to be doing investigations. I think we know where your investigations might lead, and so it seems like you're dragging the old feet on us.
Right.
Mitch McConnell made a comment that we're not interested in former deep state coup stuff.
Right. Yeah.
You made that comment. Are you guys now past it? You're uninterested now?
Right. So
you done?
You done? Are we ready to prosecute? You know what? And I don't care. I don't need another special counsel. I need Durham. It's time for Durham and Barr.
And it's not going to be a report. Again, I just love it whenever Shannon Bream and all of these people that are on the news are talking about, the Durham report. There's not going to be a Durham report.
There's going to be indictments. Absolutely.
He's not going to come out and report anything to you guys.
Right.
He's going to show you the truth through his prosecutorial powers in front of the American people.
Right. Dude, this is getting
crazy.
Want. So did this guy sign the Flynn FISA, Shady?
I would imagine he did.
The swamp runs deep, Q.
And know that we're getting ready to get a lot more of the this D-class type stuff is getting ready to come out. I'm not sure if it's going to be today, but Grinnell has definitely released it to the AG, and now they're saying that Grinnell does have from the DNI, he does have the power to release this on his own. He doesn't need the Attorney General, so he can make the decision to release this. So I would imagine they're waiting for enough people to attack him. And once enough people attack him and they write enough stories to saying that he's wrong or he shouldn't be doing this or what he's got's wrong, then they're going to present the evidence.
So, Shady, this was actually 404'd on Sydney's site for whatever reason.
It was 404'd in a couple places. We still have the original, but
here it is.
A couple places it was posted. They were taking it down last night, dude.
Here it is. This is to Barack Hussein Obama from Sidney Powell. Date, May 12. Let's see what we got. Regarding your failure to find precedent for Flynn dismissal. Regarding the decision of the Department of Justice to dismiss with prejudice the information filed against General Flynn and the concern you expressed in your phone call with alumni, quote, that there is no precedent that anybody can find someone who has been charged with perjury just getting off scot-free. That kind of stuff where you begin to get worried that basic, not just institutional norms, but our basic understanding of the rule of law is at risk. Quote, apparently, you need more help than you realize as your statement is entirely false. However, it does explain the damage to the rule of law you allowed throughout your administration. First, General Flynn was not charged with perjury, which requires a material false statement made under oath with intent to deceive. 1A perjury prosecution would have been appropriate and the rule of law applied if the Justice Department prosecuted your former FBI Director Andrew McCabe for his multiple lies under oath in a leak investigation. McCabe lied repeatedly under oath in a fully coordinated and transcribed interviews with the Inspector General for the DOJ. He was fully informed on the purpose of the interview, and he had the benefit of counsel. He knew he was in trouble. McCabe even lied about lying, and to his own agents, which took their investigation on a wild goose chase because McCabe was himself the source of the leak and that they were investigating. Attorney General Barr declined to prosecute McCabe for these offenses. Under the rule of law, after declining McCabe's perjury prosecution, there are no circumstances pursuant to the DOJ could continue to prosecute General Flynn, who was not warned, not under oath, had no counsel, and whose statements were not only not recorded, but falsified by the agents. Second, it would seem your wingman, Eric Holder, is missing a step these days at Covington and Burling, LLP. Indelibly marked in his memory, and one might think yours, should be this motion to dismiss the multi-count jury verdict of guilty and the entire case against the former U.S. Senator Ted Stevens. Within weeks of Mr. Holder's becoming Attorney General, he had to move to dismiss the Stevens prosecution in the interest of justice for the same reasons the Justice Department did against General Flynn. Urgius, I can never say that, bad government misconduct by prosecutors who hid evidence and made up purported crimes. As horrifying as the fact of the Stevens case were, they pale in comparison to the targeted, set up, framing, and prosecution of newly elected president's national security advisor, and that the shocking facts that surround it. This case was an assault on the heart of liberty, our cherished system of our self-government and the right of citizens to choose their president. Shady, you want to take over? Third,
the inability of anybody in your alumni association to find anybody who has been charged with anything. Just getting off scot-free would be laughable were it not so pathetic. Maybe of your alum or many of your alum are featured prominently in the nonfiction legal thriller published in 2014, License to Lie, exposing corruption in the Department of Justice, a national bestseller. It focuses on the egregious misconduct of your longest-serving White House counsel, Catherine Rumler, your counterterrorism advisor, Lisa Monaco, Loretta Lynch's DAG for the criminal division, Leslie Caldwell, and Mueller protege, Andrew Weissman. While they worked as federal prosecutors on the Enron task force under the purported supervision of Chris Wray, they destroyed Arthur Andersen's LLP and its 85,000 jobs, sent 4 Merrill Lynch executives to prison on an indictment that criminalized an innocent business transaction, and hid the evidence that showed they were innocent for 6 years. Both cases were reversed on appeal for over-criminalization and misconduct. Indeed, Andersen was reversed by unanimous Supreme Court. Fourth, even if your many alumni don't remember multiple reversals and cases that had to be reversed or dismissed for their own misconduct, we're guessing Judge Sullivan will remember tossing the Stevens case. Judge Sullivan is the judicial hero of License to Lie. It is that case that in the resulting 500-page report of Henry Schleckley that caused Sullivan to enter the strong Brady order the Mueller prosecutors violated repeatedly in the Flynn prosecution. Fifth, your alumni, Weissman and Rumler, are no strangers to guilty pleas being tossed. At least 2 guilty pleas they coerced by threats against defendants in Houston had to be thrown out again for reasons like those here. The defendants got off scot-free because, like General Flynn, your alumni had concocted the charges and terrorized them into pleading guilty to offenses that were not crimes. Anderson partner David Duncan even testified for the government against Anderson in this trial, but his plea had to be vacated. Enron broadband defendant Chris Colger had his plea thrown out also. Sixth, should further edification be necessary, see Why Innocent People Plead Guilty, written by federal judge Jed Rakoff, a Clinton appointment in 2014. Innocent people are forced to plead guilt by abusive prosecutors with painful frequency. The Mueller special counsel operation, led by Weissman and Weissman wannabes, specialize in prosecutorial terrorist tactics repulsive to everything justice is supposed to mean and designed to intimidate their targets into pleading guilty and punishing them with the process and financial ruin. Most important, in truth, General Flynn was honest with the FBI agents. They knew he was and briefed that to McCabe and others 3 different times at McCabe's directions. Strzok and McCabe's special counsel Lisa Page altered the 302 to create statements Weissman, Mueller, Von Grach, and Zanib Ahmad could assert were false. Only the FBI agents lied and falsified the documents. The crimes are theirs alone. Seventh, the federal circuit in which you reside threw out a Section 1001 case for legal failure, much less egregious than those in Flynn's case, U.S. versus Savivan, 57 or 528, 957, D.C. Circuit 2008. Safavian sought advice from his agency's ethics board and didn't get them all the relevant info. The jury convicted him on the theory it was 1001 violation to conceal the info from the government ethics board. Court disagreed, as Safavian argues, and as the government agrees, there must be a legal duty to disclose in order for there to be a concealment offense in violation. Yet the government failed to identify a legal disclosure duty except by reference to vague standards of conduct for government employees. General Flynn did not even know he was the subject of an investigation. And in truth, he was not. The only crimes here were by your alumni in the FBI, White House, intelligence community, and DOJ. These examples are obvious, well known. Perhaps you will soon find some remarkably good jailhouse lawyers to consult for further assistance on your search for precedent. Finally, your leaked comments on the call with your alumni further evinces your extraordinary obsession with destroying a distinguished veteran of the United States Army who has defended this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic, with the highest honor for 33 years. Period.
Period. And by the way, he is not a constitutional lawyer. So, wow, guys, that's an amazing letter by Sidney Powell.
Directly to the 44th president of the United States.
Yep. Period.
Cool. Yeah.
Period.
Guys are jokes. They're complete jokes. And I'd like to bring something in here real quick before, I don't know. Are we
let's do this unless it's on topic. Let's do the last Q post. What do you got? You tell me.
You want me to go over Q post or drop it to you first?
What do you got? Drop it.
Well, I wanted to just explain to people what we're talking about here, because a lot of people are soft. You guys are soft, and I'm trying to make you strong. And I would like to inform you that you have a legal system here that protects you guys, and you cannot be coerced into a confession. It is called under duress. If you, like for me, like a few times whenever I was trying to test out these theories about, what can a court system, what can and can't they do? And they want you to sign something, you sign it under duress. You write under duress on the document with your signature, and it makes it null and void. The same thing is true for them trying to, what they did to General Flynn. Everybody's trying to say, he pled guilty. He pled guilty under duress. He pled guilty under threat of attack on his family. He pled guilty after he had been drained of all of his financial wherewithal, and they were getting ready to attack his child or his son who has a young child. That is under duress. And under the Fifth Amendment, suspects cannot be forced to incriminate themselves, and the Fourth Amendment prohibits coercive questioning by police officers. So confessions to crimes that are coerced or involuntary aren't admissible against defendants in criminal cases, even though they may be true. Your Fifth Amendment and your 14th Amendment protect you from this stuff, and that's what ground Sidney is standing on with our general.
Absolutely. Well said, dude. Very well. Yeah, that's exactly right. Under duress. They forced him, guys. He listened to them. They were deep state. It's crazy. They were surrounding our general all the way around.
And I dropped that link in there so you guys can go to the sauce on what I'm talking about.
Right here, guys. Here it is. Let's go ahead and I'll retweet that as well. Good job, brother. Good job. All right, so let's go to this last Q post right here.
I don't understand. Doesn't it seem interesting that a federal judge doesn't understand this?
Yeah, no.
Do you guys honestly think that this guy's too stupid to understand this?
No, it was a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
Other things going on.
They are perpetrating a conspiracy, guys.
Coordinated between DOJ, State Department, FBI, CIA, White House, FISA judges.
Yeah.
All in on it.
They threatened his son. That's right, Esther. Yep. Wow. Shady, good job. Here we go. This is Q Post. What is it here? It's 4227. Q reminds us of 4017 from April 30th. And it says this: was the DNC hacked by Russia? CIA Brennan Force? Seth Rich internal DL hand-to-hand pass USA? CrowdStrike code insert? If FBI chain of command was corrupt, what other investigations were corrupted? Who did they provide cover for? How far back did it go? Q.
A long time.
And Russia narrative, all fake. And it leads to this Breitbart article. John Brennan suppressed intel saying Russia wanted Hillary Clinton to win.
Which we all knew. All of us knew that we knew this before the election even started in October of 2016. We all knew this, but Brennan held it back from the judges. The judges didn't see any of this in the news.
Nope.
Brennan didn't present any of this. This is exculpatory evidence for the president, by the way.
That's right. That's right. This is
the whole impeachment thing that was, I'm upset. I'm mad as hell. Like we said at the beginning of the show, you people in the Senate helped this. You perpetuated this. You legitimized this by allowing it to happen. You didn't come out and tell everybody what was going on at the FISA court and the FISA judges, and you people knew. I'm telling you, McConnell knew, Graham knew. They're all sitting out there pretending like they didn't know. They're doing a bad job of acting.
That's right.
Adam Schiff's doing a better job of acting than they are.
Yeah, and I really do think that this is going to be something that they're setting up. It's a beautiful black sky, Shady. Should impeaching a lot of federal judges. We should be, right? If not indicting them. Looks like Judge Sullivan is the volunteer to be the template. This is an article that came out in regards to the Dersh. If the judge has the gall or not to throw this case out, he ought to be impeached. Harvard attorney Alan Dershowitz on Judge Sullivan in the General Flynn case, guys. I think it should go one further, not just impeach, guys. Oh, guys, you can buy your thermometer.
I want to, I've now got the next little piece that I just dropped to you there in Discord, because this is who we're talking about here. We're talking about Mary McCord. That is who it is that is going to be that filed this brief yesterday. Okay, we finally figured it out late last night. Mary McCord, her husband, appointed by her, is a big FISA supporter, Sheldon Snook. Isn't that convenient? So all the FISA judges are something of a special bunch. And if we click on this here, it's very interesting. And I'm just going to read it real quick.
Follow the wives.
Yep. McCord joined the U.S. Attorney's Office for District of Columbia when she worked for 20 years. Initially served as a deputy chief on the appellate division, overseeing and arguing cases U.S. and District of Columbia Court of Appeals. She held that position for more than 5 years, then worked her way up to being a U.S. Attorney's Office criminal division chief. In that post, she oversaw all criminal prosecutions in federal district court. All. See that word? All. This person, Mary McCord. Joining NSD put McCord in charge of the division's 400 employees who collectively are tasked with carrying out counterterrorism, counterespionage, and counterintelligence functions of the Justice Department. In her post, McCord has interacted with the 94 U.S. attorney offices all across the country. She replaced Assistant U.S. Attorney General John Carlin, who we all know who's in QMAP, who left the division to enter the private sector as a chair to the Global Risk and Crisis Management Team. Oh, see, left the department to go be the chair of the Crisis Management Team for International Law. McCord, married to Sheldon Snook, who also worked for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia. In fact, it was McCord who got her husband his job as the administrative assistant and court liaison to the public and news media by recommending him to Judge Hogan. Snook also served as spokesperson for the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. Snook also served as a spokesperson for the FISA, FISC. He currently works in a similar capacity for the U.S. Supreme Court. This is Mary McCord. This is the one piping up whenever Barr released this, saying, oh, he's conflating my words. She is a severe anti-Trumper. She has been spearheading the attack on General Flynn, and now she's getting loud.
Imagine that.
Imagine that, guys. We've got it all. You guys think you're sneaky? You're not sneaky.
This swamp is all around, Shady. All around.
Coordinated effort to usurp your duly elected president.
It's a now debunked conspiracy theory, Shady.
Yes. No, it's a now debunked fringe conspiracy.
That's right. Oh my gosh, guys.
You got to throw fringe in there. It's no good without fringe.
Yeah. I mean, just this is just amazing, Shady. Good dig on that last night. So it's all around them. Everybody was set up to take down General Flynn. And why is that, guys? Because he knows where the bodies are buried. He knows everything, guys. He knows everything that they did. And it does run deep.
And so I got a little one more for you that I've got a little something I found last night too that I forgot to mention this morning.
Drop it like
oh
it's
wow!
hot.
No, they've already taken the page down. This lady took the page down because she was saying that this person was saying that there's no way they're going to be tried for treason, or nobody's going to be tried for treason. And I was answering her back last night, and I said, then why is Q posting info connecting all of them to treason?
Yeah, and why did the president say treason?
But one thing I found interesting, look, they've taken her down.
Oh my gosh.
This was last night. She was up spouting off all kinds of stuff. But if we look at this, open the tweet there or the picture. Check this out. What is the number Q post?
3,900.
Interesting that's 93.
93. That's right. And interesting that I've dropped 93 frames today when we had some issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Cult 93.
Hey, Cult 93. Oh my gosh.
I think you're going to be charged with treason, Cult 93.
I think so too. I think so too. And if you guys have not seen LK Dark to Light's Cult 93 series, the mods will drop it in here. Shady, what a great show today. Holy moly.
Yes, sir.
By the way, our let me see where it is. Here it is. Look at 16, almost 17,000 views. Let me refresh it. Look at that. 18,000 views. This is getting this. You guys made this go viral. Who's tired of all the deep state douche baggery? And don't forget, it's a beautiful black sky.
go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore." I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and...
And I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. Underestimate the people. Never. I don't think it'll ever